The book is writing my name again. I can feel it the way you feel a draft from a door you thought was shut, cold, deliberate, moving toward you. I am sitting at the keeper's desk with the candle low and the almanac open, and the ink is wet. I did not write it. I have stopped pretending I write any of it. Listen to me, whoever you are, whoever is left to hear. The date beside my name is yesterday. It has always been yesterday, and the bell has not rung yet. Some books keep the days. This one keeps us. Previously in the Almanac, I found my own name in tomorrow's ink beside a date already gone. I learned that Maris has buried 4 keepers and is forbidden to tell me how the season ends. I polled out with Kale, who has never once been written in the book, and I saw her, the low woman, waiting at the drowned church door with my own face turned away from me. And the calendar in the meeting hall has not turned in 100 years. Now the candle is low, and I think I finally understand what I am. I want to set it down plainly, while my hand is still mine to use. I am writing this because the book will not. The book only writes what is true, and the truth tonight is a thing the book cannot say about itself. I have spent the season reading the Almanac forward, thinking I was chasing a murderer through its pages, some hand that had learned to write the future instead of the past. I counted the deaths. I matched them to the hour. I watched the bell-child Lise go pale and quiet an hour before each one, the way the surface of the water goes still before something rises under it. I thought, the book is predicting us. The book has learned to see ahead. I was wrong, and the wrongness is so simple it is almost gentle. The Almanac does not predict the hollow. The Almanac composes it. Sit with that the way I had to. There is no village that the book records. There is a book, and the village is what the book has written. The slate roofs, the leaning spire, the tin meeting hall, the single bell, entries. The drifters who came from 3 sunken coasts and 1 burned town, entries. Everyone, dated and bound. Maris and her bees, Kale and his flatboat, Pastor Hale and his frozen calendar, Lys, the fog itself, the long autumn that will not turn to winter, all of it pages. We are not the subject of the Almanac. We are its handwriting, and so am I. I went looking tonight for the proof I did not want. I climbed to the loft above the keeper's desk where my aunt kept the oldest gatherings. The pages so foxed they smell of pond water and beeswax both. I found the spring sheets from before my birth, and there, in my own hand, the loop of my own W, the way I cross a date with a little downstroke like a closed eye, there were my childhood memories. The frozen lake I fell through at 6, the aunt who pulled me out, the smell of her wool coat. I have carried those the way everyone carries the warm, small weight of a true thing. I never lived them. I wrote them. Every recollection I trust is an entry in the Almanac, set down in my own hand and dated before the year I am supposed to have been born. I have no memory of arriving in the hollow because I never arrived. I was open to. I was a page turned, and the turning felt like a life. I sat in the loft a long time with that, long enough for the candle to gutter once and recover. And the cold draft came again, that deliberate moving toward, and I understood the second thing, the worst thing, the thing Maris was forbidden to tell me and tried to tell me anyway with her hands and her bees, and the way she would not meet my eye when I asked how the last keeper died. The last keeper did not die. There is a figure below the waterline, patient at the drowned door, who has my face. I called her the low woman, because that is what the hollow calls her, the way you name a thing you are afraid to know. She is the handwriting before mine. She is a keeper who came to her own name in the book, to the final line, the one every keeper must eventually read aloud to close the season, and she would not say it. She refused her own ending, and a name unread, is a name unfinished, and an entry left open cannot turn the page, and so the season could not end. She was kept, not killed, kept. The book folded her into itself as its living index, the place where every unfinished thing is held still in cold water, waiting. She bought the hollow another 100 years of this long autumn by refusing to be the last word of her own paragraph. The fog never lifts because she will not let the sentence close. The calendar never turns because she is the comma the book is stuck on. The bell does not ring its true ring because she is holding her breath at the bottom of the reservoir, and we are all holding it with her. She is me. I know that now the way you know the floor is there in the dark. The low woman is not someone I will become if I fail. She is the keeper I already was, the previous handwriting looping back. The hollow is a circle the book draws over and over, so the line never has to end. Each loop, a new Wren is open to. Each loop, she reads forward and learns and climbs toward the bell. And each loop, at the last, she looks at her own name and the date that is always yesterday, and she refuses. And the refusal keeps her, and the keeping starts the loop again. Maris has watched 4 keepers do it. Maris is reading the season for the 5th time. Of course, she could not warn me. The warning is the loop. To tell me how it ends is to make me refuse, and to make me refuse is to keep me, and to keep me is to begin again. I think that is why the book is writing my name in wet ink tonight, not to predict my death, to ask for my answer. The almanac is not threatening me, it is waiting for me, the way a held breath waits, the way a page waits to be turned. It has written everything but the last line. The last line is mine to set down, and it has been mine my whole unlife, and I have been refusing it across 100 years of autumns without remembering I was refusing. There are only 2 endings the keepers ever wrote. The first is to refuse, to be the low woman, to hold the breath, to keep the hollow folded safe in cold water and never let the sentence close. That is what she chose. That is what I have always chosen. It feels, I will not lie to you, like love. It feels like saving everyone. The fog is gentle. The autumn is long. No one in the hollow has to be the last word. The second is to be read by another hand, to let the season close on someone else's terms, to be the death the book records instead of the death the book asks. That is what frightened every keeper into the first ending. To say your own name aloud at the bell is to finish yourself, and finishing has a price, and no one wants to pay a price they cannot see the far side of. But sitting in that loft, with my false childhood spread around me in my own true hand, I found a third thing. The book has only ever been written by keepers too afraid to finish, in hands that loop and refuse. No one has ever written the last line on purpose. No one has ever closed the season as an act of their own will instead of their own terror. The low woman did not refuse out of courage. She refused out of fear, and fear is just a held breath, and a held breath is the loop. I do not want to refuse. I have refused for 100 years, and it has kept us all suspended in this grey, patient drowning, calling it mercy. And I do not want to be kept, and I do not want to be read by another hand, written shut like a debt paid to someone else. I want to write a new last line, in my own true hand, and let it out, so I am going up to the bell. I closed the loft. I came down to the desk and I am finishing this entry, the one you are hearing, because the book will not write the moment a page chooses to turn itself. I can hear Lise on the stair already, the bell child. I understand her now too. She was never a resident, never a girl. She is the sound the almanac makes when a future entry is about to become a past one. She rings for each of us, an hour ahead, because she is the noise of the turning. And the book says she rings for herself last. I think tonight I finally know what that means. If the season closes, the turning sound has nothing left to ring for. Lise rings herself out. The last toll is her own. She is at the door now. She does not speak. She holds out her small cold hand, and she is not afraid, and that is how I know it is time, because she has been afraid an hour before every death I have ever read. And tonight, for the first time, she is calm. The stair to the bell is 41 steps. I have counted them in 4 lifetimes and never climbed them. The slate is wet under my hand. There is the smell of beeswax. Maris is below in the dark with her hives, already telling the bees, and that means the bees believe me. The lantern throws my shadow up the curve of the tower wall, and for a moment the shadow has the shape of a woman standing in still water with her face turned away, and then I move, and it is only me. At the top there is the bell and the open almanac on its iron stand where the keeper reads, and the page is turned to my name, Wren Aldous. And the date beside it, the date that is always yesterday, the page Pastor Hale tore from the book decades ago to save a child and could never put back, because the page he tore is this one, this date, this hour. He thought he was saving a child. He was tearing out the only ending the book had, and a book without an ending must loop. He has been apologizing to me his whole life in the way he begs me to stop reading ahead. He was begging me to stop arriving at this. Liz stands by the bell rope. She looks at me. I look at my name. A keeper closes the season by reading the last line aloud. The low woman would not, I will. But not her line, not the frightened line, the kept line, the line that loops. I take the pen from the stand. The ink is the book's own, wet and waiting. And for the first time in 100 autumns, a keeper sets the nib to the page on purpose, and the hand that moves is mine. And it is true. And I write under my own name the only last line I have ever wanted to write. I am not kept. I am not read. I am the one who turns the page. And then I read it. I read my own name aloud into the cold tower, the way you say a thing you are no longer afraid of, and my voice does not loop, and it does not break, and the breath I have been holding for 100 years goes out of me and out of the hollow and out of the fog and the long grey patient autumn, and I reach for the rope, and Liz is smiling, which she has never done, and I ring the bell myself.